Hello everyone, my name is Holbert and today I'm going to present the results of my mini research about education across different generations. For this research, I interviewed two people who went to school in different periods. One started school in 1979, is this person, and the other started in 2008. I want to find out how education changed between these two generations. The first big difference I found was technology. In 1979, students didn't used to have computers, internet, or cell phone at school. Maria Doris told me they even used to use a manual water pump to get water. In 2008, things were already different. Students used to have computers and some access to the internet, although it was very limited. They used to have about one computer class per week, and the computers were quite slow. So technology was already beginning to change education in 2008, but it was nothing like today. Another important difference was the way the student used to look for information. In 1979, students used to go to the school library or the municipal library. They used to use books and encyclopedias because they didn't have the internet. In 2008, students still used to use books and libraries, but they also used to use internet at the school or at internet cafes. So the second generation have more resources than the first one. I also found an interest different between discipline and homework. In 1979, teachers used to be very strict or hard with them. Students used to have many rules, and if they didn't do their homework, they could lose their break time or receive a punishment. Parents and teachers used to work very closely together. If a teacher complained about a student, the parents used to punish the student at home. In 2008, students could also be punished if they didn't do their homework or behaved badly. However, the punishments were generally different. For example, they could lose recess or have their television time taken away at home. So, although discipline changed, students in both generations have responsibilities and consequences. The break time experience was also interesting to compare. In 1979, students used to play traditional games such as ponchado and jermis, and they used to eat homemade food like uh, drink or agua panela. In 2008, students still to enjoy resets with their friends. They used to run, invent games, and spend time together. The second interview also remembered enjoying group activities and presentations. One thing that surprised me was that despite all these differences, some values remain the same, but their narration learn about respect, responsibility, teamwork, and perseverance. For example, Maria Doris, the first person that I interviewed, remembered that students used to stand up when an adult entered to the classroom. For her, this was an important example of respect. The second interview learned that being consistent was more important than being perfect. She also learned to work in things, ask for help, and not give up when something was difficult. I think that something to summarize all this is education used to be more traditional and less technological, but important values have remained the same across generations. Um, in, to conclude all these things, in 1979, they used to depend mainly on teachers, books, and libraries, while the students in 2008 start to depend more on computers and the internet. Education has changed a lot, but respect, responsibility, and perseverance are still important. And that's all for now. Thank you for watching my video, and I hope to see you in the next time.